All right. So, welcome to Press Pause Radio Companion Video Wolf Amongst Games Club. Look at that.
All choices.
All choices, all neon, all purple.
I kind of
We're
wish we had
basically
I wish I had taglines like in Tips and Tricks magazines, like all choices revealed, all secrets. I don't know.
all pro tips fucking covered.
Can you have some things pop up on this video, like as they're making choices, like just cool graphics? Okay, cool. I'm putting in so much extra work. Yeah. Oh yeah, dude, with some GeoCity style caution tape around it and flaming skull, some glitter.
Yeah. So we're gonna cover. We feel the more dire of choices and basically what we personally did in them.
I love how Wolf seems so nonchalant about the choice. Like someone might be totes dead, and he's just like arms crossed, like eh.
I think more or less he's over like fuck Toad. But yeah, very first, more like in my opinion, the most important decision of the entire game is basically, finding out where to head and go. During a particular situation where you just first discovered the head of Faith, Donkey Skin Girls, fucking decapitated and dead at your doorstep. And then shortly afterwards, if you're doing research on her, find out about Prince Lawrence, her husband, who also lives in Fabletown. Toad is calling him with a distress call, so you have to figure out where to go first. This is a pretty big choice because if you choose to basically see what Toad is calling in about first, fucking Lawrence will die and will be dead when you go in there. And I think a large indicator of urgency would be a fucking bloodstained knife.
Yeah, normally you see blood. It's a pretty good indicator that we should probably take care of that first. Put that on the top of the list of things to do. Find out where blood's coming from.
Yeah, is blood spilled? Was it spilled nicely? Was it spilled? So,
is there a sharp thing around it? Okay, let's go.
We should go there.
I guess right here, like, I was kind of curious, like, is there a reason or difference if you go through the door or through the window? Because I did go through the window.
I think if anything, it just delays time. Because I believe, like, there's no way to really go through the door. And
because you have to knock and do all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And see, like, I just figured you cut out the middleman and you do what you got to do.
Do a little B&E, yeah, might as well. Yeah.
And we're not talking about bacon and eggs here, folks.
I wish we were.
He's got a nice little humble abode here.
Yeah.
Gotta love that fan spreading some of that dead stink.
And he's dead. Yeah, he's got a multiple of reasons for being dead. There's some pills. There's a looks like a bullet hole. Also a knife. Like
it's
like
really
this guy tried really hard. Like he had to do a lot of stuff to get himself offed.
It's really weird just how ambiguous the magical nature of fables can be when it comes to the durability of what exactly they can survive.
You can try awfully hard to kill yourself. Do they explain the reason why that is in in the human world that it's so hard for them to be killed?
They all basically possess a modicum of magic energy. Like there is, and I don't want to spoil a bit of a comic, but there is a near-death situation with Snow, and a big part of it, though. Oh yeah, you know what? You're right. They do actually explain it. So basically, the more strength your story has, and basically the more knowledge and I guess popularity your story has, the more durable you are as a fable.
Which is like why Donkey Skin Girl got kind of killed pretty quickly, because I've never heard that tale ever in my life. Like, that's not even a thing, is it?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
Yeah. Well, no, the real story? Yeah, it's an actual real fable.
I've never heard of it. That's probably why she was like first to go.
When do you think that was
it's unique though, but like it's also just as dark as the game presented it. Her father was a bastard. Which, it's weird too. Like, Fables is already a pretty dark story and mature to an insane fault by most standards. That it's like in the manner of which how exactly did Watchmen even come to be a movie? It was like that comic that you could never really um, I guess adapt outside of its original form just because of its unique nature and presentation. But Telltale's did such an incredible job here.
Yeah, which I guess is like kind of, it falls upon, maybe the uneducated when they play the game, if they're playing it just as the game and have never experienced the comics. I'm sure there's like a deeper appreciation for it if you have the source material. Yeah, the fan, I know. It's like you kind of want to keep that. I
kind of want to keep the dead smell away.
Yeah,
come on,
it's wafting over this way right now.
Yeah, come on, I have a sensitive nose here.
I love how he's like ruined his shirt. I'm sure it didn't ruin his shoes though. Those are some pretty dope
he's got
slip-ons.
Some sweet Van slip-ons.
Those are nice, man. I like those.
He's trendy as fuck.
See, if you're
that's
Prince,
also
man.
Weird too. Gun wasn't fired maybe a week or so ago. Also, kind of goes back to the illusions we talked about in the podcast. Why is there like a gun? With it's weird too because he also mentioned something about the bullets not exactly, or the bullets are matching the same caliber. So what was he shooting at prior?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. But you're right. He went the full Monty on 86ing himself. He's got prescription sleeping pills.
Oh yeah, some liquor I see there. Yeah. Pretty nuts.
I think what it is because he's a Fable and whatnot. I think he shot himself a week ago. And that's probably what had happened.
And it didn't take, so he's like, all right, gotta try something else.
And it's really weird, like I said, that he survived all of this.
Oh, and slit wrist too.
Yeah.
Oh wow, do you know that?
There's no way this freaking guy should be alive.
I didn't even put together the knife in the wrist, honestly. I'm just now seeing that. Huh.
They never really look peaceful, dude.
Surprised he didn't hang himself, honestly. Probably would have been the next step.
Yeah, but like when you go overkill like this dude.
Yeah, it's true.
It's weird though. You would he obviously knew that he was gonna have a hard time to die.
Yeah. I'm just glad that he was courteous enough to put his bed away before, he did everything. At least he's tidy.
If anything, I think that the bed being put away had very much to do with the note that was placed.
Oh, yeah. What is that? I love note.
Yeah, well, or love suicide note.
Yeah.
Note. Like, hey, honey, if you're reading this, you might be finding me dead, fucking mere feet away from where you have located this note.
This was for the best. I'll see you again. Love, your devoted Lawrence.
Devoted Lawrence. Yep.
Well, it's also at this point too. I love that. There aren't a lot of points in the game that Snow is involved directly with the investigation. More or less, she's.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah! Oh my god! Indeed.
Toad's alive. Toad's alive.
Toad's back from the dead.
Yeah.
What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be more worried about like all the near fatal fucking wounds on you?
Yeah, you have multiple everythings going on right now.
Oh boy. Yeah, so like I said, considerably important event going on right here because this is completely missable and also completely fuckable. So, if you don't have like the best tact in this situation, he will fucking 86 himself right before you.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you gotta choose your questions and what you say wisely.
Oh yeah, and even then, there's still more to it.
Mm-hmm.
Find it till later. We've been separated.
Yeah, I love the flies. The flies still like, he's like alive right now. The flies are still like, no, you're dead. We know you're dead. We don't care if you're moving around or not. We're still gonna fly around you.
I always wondered if there were actually any like Fable flies in Fabletown.
In Fable lore, yeah, I assume so. Yeah, I think you missed your heart, bro.
Yeah, you missed your heart, like totes. And still living with a punctured lung.
Yeah, well, probably at this point just completely just deflated and Who's broke crew? Who's that?
I don't know, some fucker interrupting our playthrough. That's what.
You got here, broke crew. You're not on this right now. Trying to get a shout out on this video.
All right.
I guess he did actually, so that works. Good call. He knew eventually we'd have this up on YouTube.
Yep. Oh man.
Myself, knowing I had done that.
Yeah. See, here too, because you kind of like it's weird. You don't really find a whole lot new out about her, other than the fact, because like you could, most people already surmise that a relationship is already not if not necessarily in shambles, definitely in question, or definitely kind of fucked when like she's hooking to make money. I mean, you gotta have a lot of apathy or a lot of like, I wouldn't even say fortitude, just a lot of fucking sociopathy here. So this is where, like, pressing B or Y would have fucked everything up. But by using the half-lie,
No.
you also find out a very integral piece of information right about here.
No.
I mean, he's not taking the news very well, but he also had an idea that something like this would happen.
Fucking Georgie.
See, he says that. Mine wasn't that. I actually told him straight up what, she's dead. He didn't off himself, but he never gave me the thing about Georgie at all. Like
I thought he offed himself.
No. I think when I did it, I think I kind of like, I told him like I was honest. I think it said something about like, he'll remember that you were honest or whatever. But yeah, he doesn't kill himself. I think he had the same kind of reaction, like no, I knew this was gonna happen. But then he doesn't say anything about Georgie. Like that never came up. So you're right. That gives you a pretty vital piece of information. That's something I didn't know about till much later.
Most people don't even think that his name is mentioned in the very first episode.
I didn't. I didn't think it was mentioned for the first couple. Yeah.
Yeah, and then by mentioning that one moment when you get your first suspicions, like, how is it that somebody who's very close to Faith, considering a estranged lover, who already had like pretty good idea that she would go missing, like just from that little spiel, and then mention a fucking name like that, and you don't have a whole lot else to fucking suspect.
So now when this happens, when you're in the closet and you see right here, like I just didn't know how long to wait, in the closet.
Yeah, and not only that, like it's very vague what exactly Tweedledee is doing. He's just kind of
looking around, and I think
wandering aimlessly.
I think in my playthrough, I think I had the TV turned off. I don't know if that's like, I think you can do that. You can turn the TV on or off. I don't know if that would make any difference or not, but
if anything, it might make him more suspicious. I don't know. It's weird. But here's another. Again, there's another possibility here where you can in fact like completely fuck everything if you don't react, and you get a glimpse of it right here.
Yep.
He's pulling out that gun. Tweedle will react and will retaliate in a way that like Lawrence won't survive. So reacting right there and then basically launches into the chase. And
so what would happen if Lawrence would have drew on him and actually fired?
I believe Tweedle would have like shot back and it would have ended Lawrence. So you have to intervene or else. Point.
Yeah.
So from here on out in this playthrough, we were able to play to keep Lawrence alive. Because I'm assuming you also interrupted him.
I did. I jumped the gun kind of quickly. Like as soon as he got close to the closet, I didn't even see Lawrence pull a gun on him. I just saw, that he was getting closer to me, and I kind of just like panicked. I was like, oh shit, I didn't even get the chance to respond by like, it shows you when you see intruder that you get the option to like look at him or push. It looked like they gave you the action command. I didn't do any of that. I was still like opening the closet door as he was approaching, so I never even saw Lawrence pull on him.
And see, I have to ask too, because you played on PC.
Yeah.
So it ran really smoothly for you, right? Again, for the first 3 episodes, like the technical performance isn't the best. So there are points where I know for a fact that like I followed through on the right motion and it didn't register. Like when I got hit earlier on the stairs of that porcelain, I know I inputted the right movement in just the right amount of time too, because for the most part I'm able to get through just fine. It's just it's extra finicky, so you almost have to play around it.
And I did use the 360 controller on the PC build, so same commands and everything like that.
Oh, nice! I didn't even think you could do that.
No, yeah, for sure. It's been that way with all the Telltale games.
We also have, good to know. We also have a pretty integral fucking suspect here. I mean, he's investigating what is purportedly a crime scene, and like he's going to check up on basically Lawrence's area. So he makes himself to be a pretty fucking suspicious character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never really chose that option though. It's like, why'd you run? Fuck, man, you were chasing after me. Kind of a stupid line of questioning.
Who's your employer?
Should just hit him.
Yeah. I kind of look back at some of these playthroughs and I'm like, I really wish I used more violence.
Yeah, me too. I agree with that.
Just because, like, I'm not exactly fucking... And see, that's probably the most arrogant you will ever see Bigby in this whole situation, but it's very early. Like, later on, you see that this has a lot of frustrating elements. And what's cool, too, is, especially, again, when you're experiencing the game from the perspective of the comic book, you kind of see a not so confident Bigby, someone who's still learning to use deduction, or I don't know. He's definitely much more humble and modest to a lot of situations. Like this, we're almost seeing a rookie Bigby.
Yeah,
really, Fabletown hasn't been hit with a murder like this in his years of being Fabletown sheriff.
Yeah, this is him kind of initially doing like his first major case.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is kind of interesting when you come to the bar.
I'm just direct, just because
Yeah.
I already feel like I'm not wanted here, and not only that, I'm an appointed official. There's not a whole lot of reason for me to beat around the bush, especially when they're not who I'm specifically looking for. But like you can tell just from like the telegraphed like body language that they're showing that they're definitely harboring some sort of like right here.
Very standoffish, yeah.
Well, at this point, I felt like here, because like again, Bigby, he's not a saint. Dude's definitely good cop, bad cop when he needs to be. And I figured I'd attack her pride here.
Does he tell you when to close too?
Yeah, I do that part. I think I was trying to be as nice as I could be, but still got the same response pretty much each time.
Yeah. So, a lot of different things you can kind of interact with, and I like this too because you definitely have free reign. And again, I wish I took more money too. I kind of feel like that would have definitely helped.
It's also like I know when you're exploring stuff, I don't know if you noticed it, but when you go to the dartboard that had like WD or WM or something like that as like one of the initials on the dartboard, so you know there's 3 people playing darts. I mean, obviously there's other things that kind of call out to that, someone else might be here, and they're just trying to act like don't worry about it, no one's here, it's just us. But there's so many clues in the room to kind of give away that something else is going on.
See, and like I'm always kind of curious too what would happen if I asked for a lime.
Yeah, she says like,
yeah, we don't got any anyway.
Yeah.
Yep. Think it's fucking hilarious. It was all right.
So again, there's a see, and there's a bit of a cool here that like I really enjoyed. Like it's so easy to like just give in to your natural instinct, but like we talked about, showing restraint and kind of playing, the cool cat through means of diplomacy and intimidation all at the same time is like something I really, really enjoyed playing The Wolf Among Us. Like knowing when to be tactful and then when to just like not give fucks whatsoever and just be punchy as shit.
Oh, you're out of paper towels
Yeah,
I love
look.
Hi.
Hey.
What's
I remember
going
you.
on? Oh.
And he's so defeated. He's so defeated after all that. After getting an axe to the back of the head.
Yeah, I know. I love that he's got like some fucking gauze.
Yeah. Did you say anything at this point, or just kind of let it slide? Oh.
No. I was a smart ass.
Holly wanted to clear it, but I said no. He'll be back.
Again,
Now here you
you
are.
got to be cool, calm, collected, and assert your position without being a direct asshole.
Yeah.
Like a class hole, if you will. You gotta be classy.
Classy asshole. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kind of a prick.
That makes two of us.
I think a classy asshole is just a prick.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, the terminology.
I decided to switch seats.
And again, like, you gotta kind of assert that you're definitely out of your element here. But again, I'm trying to be as patient as can be. I don't know how you approach this. If you were a bit more aggressive, like fuck off, or
I think I did tell him to fuck off. Yeah, actually.
Why don't we let him tell me that?
Yeah, that's why it was a little bit easier when we actually do eventually get to the point that gets to here.
Yeah, but even then, I mean, there's still a lot to absorb, and that conflict didn't exactly come about just yet. But here, it, you know, we're kind of seeing a woodsman at a low point. I mean, he was thoroughly fucking defeated at the very beginning of this episode between, like, the prostitute he was beating on and then the sheriff who he already had a personal history with to begin with. So, I don't know. It's kind of a situation where you almost feel sympathy for him.
Yeah.
But then you kind of learn more about him, and it's
which actually, the way you address him, actually, you might not have gotten any of that background information about him if you kind of just let him talk. He eventually tells you more things, but if you're kind of accusing and just kind of jump the gun at, you know, saying like you did this or, you know, this happened, he doesn't give any of that background information whatsoever.
Yeah, well, even then, like, there's at some point where, like, it just gives you the option to just fucking glass him.
Yeah.
And not even, like, continue it.
So, yeah, right here. It's like, we're talking about something else completely, aren't we?
Her grandmother, I was there to rob him.
It's kind of funny, like, I assume he was talking about, like, you know, faith. It's like, no, he's talking about something else completely.
Only saved her.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's weird because, like, they do cover in detail, like, the pre-amnesty compact of Fabletown, but, like, a huge theme right here, class him.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I'm indulging him and I'm trying to play along, you know, so let him know that, hey,
I already know this story, Woody.
I'm already familiar with it. And then here we go, we got a smile out of him, too.
Yeah.
Hear about Faith. She was murdered. What? Faith? Who's that? The girl you were beaten on this morning.
And here we go.
Yeah.
See, and I feel like going about it this way, I already knew that, you know, you, like I said, there are just certain qualities that you kind of pick up on intuitively that you know that he wasn't the one behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was here that I knew he wasn't the one behind it. Like, I don't know,
Yeah.
and
you can't really kick a guy when he's down. You know, I don't think I could actually pin murder on him after everything else that happened.
Yeah, and like a lot of his like remorse even leading up to the point where I like shed some light on the situation, it all seemed really genuine. So it's weird because like you're already a couple steps ahead of the game to a point where, you know, the game may not realize just how much you're putting together. But if I was given the opportunity to strike him off my suspect list, I definitely already did at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Especially this too, when he's trying to play mediator.
Shit ain't just about you. It's about this fucking lab.
So
Mm-hmm.
this motherfucker here.
Yeah, he's got it coming.
Well, like, you know, like I said, I'm trying to play.
You're trying your best, yeah.
Yeah, I'm really trying right now, but at the same time, like, I definitely have my threshold.
That must be it right here, then.
Oh yeah.
Yep, that's the one.
And right here, like, fucking, it's like you knew what path you chose the moment you said that. So
yeah, like you knew there's only one alternative.
Yeah, please, motherfucker. Seemed to be enough. I love that. See, again, gotta love that cool, calm, collected demeanor that like Bigby's got.
So what is he actually? Like, is he a
He's
troll?
a bridge. He's a bridge troll.
Okay.
Like, he's actually, like, I don't remember which specific fable he's from. And, see, I think that's the only part that Holly really gets involved.
Yeah.
And see, were you able to grab that fucking fan?
I did, yeah. See? Yeah, because honestly, I guess maybe, I don't know if it's like just the PC version was a little more forgiving with those, but it would prompt you at like R trigger, I'd hit L trigger. Like just hitting any trigger usually would prompt it.
Oh
so,
no, it has that forgiving sense too.
Yeah, yeah.
So like, as soon
as I see it prompted, I just hit it and got it.
Yeah, like it was basically more or less the movement. It wasn't. It was definitely really picky with that. But moving through episodes 2 to 5, yeah, I didn't have a preference for triggers.
Mm. Maybe they had some feedback from this first episode with like how kind of wonky the controls were, you know what I mean, to make it a little bit more user friendly.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter just how successful you are in that first half of the fight, because it really leads to this point anyway.
Yep. Nails in the wood, and oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's so weird because, like, you know, Woodsman actually alluded to it when you initially fight him at the very beginning of the game, that this is nowhere near Bigby at his top strength.
Yeah.
So the fact that he just makes short work of Gren in this situation. And here we go.
Yep. Stop. Nope. Stop that pretty
and
quick.
And see, like, it's weird, too, because I didn't even realize you can fuck him up way less if you just let the time go out, but... Yeah,
really?
I had to fuck up his eyes and his neck a little bit.
Yep. Gotta put the boots to him, man. That's what happens.
And then you're gonna take a pull stick right in the fucking shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, sure, I'll kick out your leg.
Yep, kneecap him.
He's had enough.
And then do you stop here?
Oh, I stop here. I walk away.
No,
There's
I didn't.
no point.
Oh, I ripped it off. I ripped it off good. I made sure he remembered not to mess with me.
Well, see, that's the thing. I want intimidation, but at the same time, I don't want to sow seeds of vengeance. Like, I still have a reputation to keep.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, like, if you see the look on Holly's face, whether I believe you rip his arm off or not, she gets the point.
Oh, she does. Yeah. Yeah, say fuck that glass. Get that.
Give me that double. And like you know, I kind of hate too that like they don't like really talk about like what kind of effect whiskey or smoking has on Bigby, because that's actually a big part to his character. And I like this too. Again, I really want to assert that like I'm here for the greater good, but you guys gotta fucking respect who I am. I don't want to fuck up your bar.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Bigby actually uses whiskey and smoking to dull his senses, actually, because his senses are so acute that it would drive him insane being in a city filled with so many scents and stuff.
Ah, that's interesting. I actually didn't realize that. That makes sense, though.
He has no actual real nicotine addiction or anything. He smokes as a means of like psychological sanity.
Mm-hmm.
So it was at this point that like I really felt like I made a pretty good fucking break-in, because here we go. He mentions Faith by name. He's offering cash, and he's in what's understandably a kind of seedy part of town. And he realizes here like, oh fuck, Wolf's already a step ahead of me. I love this too though. They both trip on some fucking shit.
Yeah.
And here we don't see Wolf like calm and collected.
No, he goes into wolf mode.
So it only made sense. I don't understand what kind of benefit, especially when you hear the woodsman and you just see the situation.
Your brother won't be saving you.
And
come on.
You know, especially hearing and seeing that now, like Tweedle's even bigger piece of shit, because really, like that's a classic fucking display of misdirection. So we're moving along, and we're getting to a pretty pinnacle part right here, and also introduction to like a big / not so big character.
Yeah, big I thought, but then not so much.
Yeah, but like he has, I think there's more of an ulterior association involved with him.
I love how like Bluebeard's like just like like chatting this guy up as he says, but he's interrogating him. Like you're no law official, like you're really nothing. You're just kind of a rich dude. It's like who gives him authority? Just
you're a financial benefactor.
Yeah, how
he utilizes that role to fucking like influence a lot of government officiating.
Yeah. Yeah, this part, and I'm sure it'd be the same with Woodsman, but I don't know what would actually happen or how it would impact everything if he did it the other way.
I don't think the Woodsman would be so aloof, but necessarily just way more aggressive.
Yeah, but it seems like Bluebeard really wants to get to this guy bad. I don't know if it would have been the same with the Woodsman. You know what I mean? Like maybe Ichabod would have been the one.
Knowing Bluebeard's nature, and again, kind of having the outside perspective of the comic, it would have been different regardless. He's just violent by nature. Which is why he harbors such animosity towards like Bigby, because Bigby's for someone who is fucking acclaimed in infamy for having like the basest instincts of violence and evil, and seeing how well he like composes himself when it comes to fucking doing things, he gets angry that he doesn't show that, he doesn't possess that same kind of restraint. So, yeah, it's actually a pretty big theme involving his character in the comic. And here we go. Of course I fucking showed it to him. Again, you don't need to beat on him, you just need to really make him realize.
Mm-hmm.
Please. Snow was murdered, D. She was important.
Yeah, at this point, though, I didn't really like that scene right there. You're showing a vulnerability.
Yeah, you're letting your cards be kind of shown there.
Yeah, but
I did like the response of Crane though too. You saw like kind of the despair in his eyes too, as you say that.
Yeah, but I noticed at any point that like Bigby does show any sort of weakness, it always falls back on his like open affection for Snow.
It costs him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where was he last night?
And see, even then, like it's weird because Bluebeard doesn't feel like we're getting anywhere. And I'm letting him slip up every now and again, and he's catching it.
Yeah. Which I do appreciate that, because I know that happens also. It was actually in the first episode with Toad. He was trying to misdirect and try to tell lies, but you have to try to kind of catch them in the lie, like be observant about what's going on.
Yeah, you have to select every single opportunity. Within the apartment
to get him to slip up.
Yeah, or you can just skip to it through violence, but in doing so, you really kind of fuck up any vibe. And again, it may not matter,
to get their cooperation.
It all matters at the end during the trial.
Yeah, which I did give him the cigar, and I think it kind of got him talking too.
Want to see a trick?
Yeah, at this point though. He's officially like crossed my threshold of patience.
Put it out in his face. So you did actually start getting a little more violent after this?
You'll definitely see it at some point.
Look, mate, I'd like to help. I would, but I can't tell you where he is.
So he's still talking.
Yeah, and see.
I don't know where he is now.
There we go. And see, catching him on his slip-ups is where I was able to kind of make some progress. And even then, Bluebeard is taking note of that, which...
Yeah, he's observant too. Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know, it's weird because a lot of people mention how this interrogation was fruitless, but you do definitely find out a little bit more. Basically... You find out more with the situation, because even in the second episode they don't mention a crooked man, but this is when you find out that there's someone behind all of it pulling the strings.
And the whole time, like I really thought it was Bluebeard. I thought maybe he was kind of orchestrating all this, but you realize that he's trying to get as many answers as you are.
Yeah, but he's also kind of orchestrating. Like I said, I've already shared my theory. I feel like he's kind of playing along because he is very deceptive.
Yeah, maybe it's him trying to quiet somebody that he's hired. You know what I mean?
Back off, Bluebeard. This isn't your job.
And at this point, yeah, you're not fucking taking over shit.
Like, nope, sorry.
And see, again, I don't know if that was part of like Wolf's like. See, I kind of wish I played on You Seem Angry.
Yeah. The train coming.
There we go. She definitely didn't steal that train.
Always.
And see, Bluebeard kind of. I wish I was a bit more nonchalant. If I kind of played it as like emotional reaction a little bit more. See, that would have been a bit smarter on my part as far as interrogation. At this point, I'm not fucking around, dude.
Nope. Time to put the boots to him.
Yeah, I actually am done playing now. Because at this point, like, we've kind of come into a circle. He's being aloof.
Do you get a chance to take his money? I think I did.
But I didn't.
Yeah, I think I did. I think I took that roll of money.
That's enough. I will not tolerate this.
And see, I didn't realize this, but I did not pick one of these.
Should have hit Crane.
No. And here we go. Apparently, I got a Chivo for it.
Nice.
There we go. Yeah.
I like that.
I'd rather just defeat him psychologically.
Oh shit!
That, like mentioning his incompetence aloud like that.
Yeah, and then you see Snow appear, which at the time was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was a pretty big deal.
Yeah, it was.
So we're here at the. We're skipping along to the part where we're examining the body, the proposed body of Snow, and it turns out that it was a glamored troll.
Yep.
Who is she?
So, kind of putting the pieces together, and then again, I love that the game definitely gives players a chance to be a couple steps ahead of the game. But you already piece together that like this is Lily.
Yeah.
The owner of the trip track?
Which that's the thing too. Yeah, I couldn't put it together either.
Oh no, I put it together the moment because like you see her face even. I'm like that looks like a troll. Holly's a troll.
And then you remember that she's
been missing.
Yep, a couple times. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's really cool because like considering the noir mystery like foundation that this game is built on, and like any other good mystery, like anyone who's basically following along with it on as an outsider looking in, when you give them like enough information that they can ascertain already something that's going on and they play along to it almost to feed their own ego, you know what I mean, and see their suspicions come to light, it made the situation all the more exciting for me. But it also kind of pissed me off when I was fucking wrong. I hate being wrong.
So, where are we going now?
Well, we're going to the trip trap, because this is a big situation. Here, you could either let Snow accompany you to the trip trap, which I chose, considering that she's already accompanied before, and I figured, her tact and her just her presence regarding the situation could do some good. I decided to have her come along, but or you can just choose to go without her. Honestly, I'm much happier that she came, especially given the fact that like we have to break this news, and we also have to reinstill the faith of the citizens within the Fabletown government. So again, it's like when you the game allows you to operate within the fiction of thinking about the bigger picture because of the world it weaves. And like it gives so much more weight to your decisions. He's my least favorite character. Fucking it. I hate that guy.
Which one?
Oh, Jack.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I really try my hardest just not to beat on him. But there's a few times where I'm just like, I'm the sheriff, and I protect all of you, and I have all your best intentions in mind, except that guy. Fuck that guy. Hey, you the guy that fuck you. I don't mind killing you if I have to. In fact, I would hope that if I got one get out of jail free card of murder, it would be you.
Yep.
Wolfie, my dear, how are you?
And
I
what's
like him.
weird too is Jack is actually insanely dangerous. He's actually one of the strongest warriors of Fabletown because he's also Jack the Giant Killer.
Ah. I like him. I think he's kind of snarky, but I like that.
Oh no, he's a piece of shit. I don't like that guy. And even then, the way he's just kind of pushing buttons and
that's true. Yeah,
things right here.
Yeah, he is. He's trying to make it harder for you to actually give him the news. Yeah.
Fuck. And then at this point, this is where you're kind of being usurped by Crane, and he's kind of getting involved with your investigation.
He said you tortured
him.
And this right here. First off, you don't know what my fucking legislative duties are. And even Holly's.
Even she's trying to reel him in, yeah.
You and Gran are all, let's get a posse together.
Oh, interesting. Now he's letting everything, spilling all the beans.
Walks in, your tails go between your legs.
Yeah, but...
Got your nerve? What happened?
What happened? I'm tired is what happened.
At this point...
What?
He's like, shut it.
Bigby, look, two fables are
alright.
Holly's sister.
At this point, I'm just like, I don't want to fucking let him talk. I just want him out.
Ooh, like, bye.
And here, I have another chance of beat on him, but I'm giving him one last out. And
oh man.
And then he tries to push his fucking buttons again. And he
go fuck on up a beanstalk, Jackie boy.
Gren, you gotta learn some new lines. Let me tell you.
So there we go. Again, being only violent to some extent.
I was direct with her.
Don't know how to say this to you, Holly.
Yep.
The woman we found in the river.
Who was it?
You know who it was.
Right here.
Yeah.
And again, there's rapport that I need to reestablish with these people. So
damn it. Of course, the dear princess.
And yeah, they were not happy to see her there.
Yeah, they lash out at that news.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Where were you when we reported this weeks ago, huh? Where are you when we ever fucking need you?
So at this point now, he was a lot more salty with me because I ripped off his arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About any of us. She might have been saved. She might have been cared for. She might have been.
And then I don't know if that same thing happened to you, but like again, I'm trying to be.
I'm sorry, Holly.
I'm trying to be as empathetic as I can, and like and let her like reassure her.
Yeah, I don't know if I got this far. I think they might have just kicked me out, but I can't recall.
Oh, really? I didn't even think he can get kicked out.
Well, with me ripping off his arm and me being direct with her, I don't think I got much of an opportunity to talk really. But I can't remember exactly. I kind of made a promise my ass couldn't catch. Actually, no. I think White does talk to her, so I think I was there for a little bit longer. But I don't think I got a chance to really do a whole lot of talking with either one of them.
I just want. It should have been you.
Yeah.
It should have been you, and it wasn't.
And they're none too happy, but
nope.
You know, Snow's resolve, and again, I don't know. Like I don't know if that's determined just based on the actions or anything. Especially the fact that like I also picked off that brooch during the examination, the autopsy.
Yeah.
I like made sure that no stone was unturned.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, I didn't chastise her for it. I mean, what
that's
kind
the
of fucking
unfortunate
evidence is that going to be? We don't even recognize it.
Well, that's kind of the unfortunate thing too, because when you do that kind of stuff, like I feel like sometimes when you're trying to get more clues, you're trying to get more things. If you like hit a prompt at like a little too soon, like you're done. There's not really a way to go back, so it's kind of hard to like you might potentially skip something if you're not being really cautious when you're checking things. It kind of tend to rush it a little bit.
Oh look, new glass. She's made of so many glasses.
Indisposable. Yep.
It's not like it's a bar or anything.
No, of course not. No. Just break all the glasses around here. It's fine. No one else shows up in the bar anyways.
And see, asking why she was glamored seemed a bit insensitive. So again, it's really weird. Like if you approach the situation with some tact, and she also shed some light on like the track marks that you find on her, and you find out why she was even involved with like prostitution. It was all basically a matter of drug use, which, you know, you kind of also put together when, if she was glamoring herself, I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm skipping too far ahead, but I felt like when I looked at the glamour, I don't think it was honestly, like, I don't know if it was a power play. And see, again, seeing Georgie mentioned before that, like, my fucking finger was on the trigger about him throughout the entire game. Even when Bloody Mary is introduced, like, she's an enforcer. Like, that dude, he's definitely got more to do with the situation, and he's the most aloof. Even when, like, she confronts you, she's really direct. She even fucking goes out and plain out fucking tells you Crane's not the killer.
Yeah.
She's at the business
So,
office.
it definitely, I don't know. There's definitely a charm to appreciate when it gives you this much thing. So you didn't get this far with her as far as talking about like funeral arrangements and like.
I don't think so. No, I mean, it's been a while since I played the episode, but I'm pretty sure I didn't really get too far with her, honestly.
And yeah, look, see, I promised Holly that I'd be able to get her the body so she'd be able to do the proper
rites
troll ceremony. But fucking Crane, and look, she's got a smile of reassurance.
No, yeah, I most certainly did not get that.
Go down there now.
Yep. Now you're going to the pudding pie. It looks like.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know about you, but I have a personal fucking score to settle beyond all of that, because if I thought I would go into adulthood, like hearing fucking Georgie Porgy mentioned just one more time, I was gonna lose my shit.
Mm-hmm.
So there's definitely a personal score to settle.
Yeah, had I known that he was as bad as he ended up, being, or how, everything had kind of revolved around what he had done, I probably would have been a little more forceful with him, but I honestly didn't know, other than him owning a club and just running a business, I didn't think it was anything bad at all.
Again, I totally thought by Fable logic, as far as Bill Willingham's supervision and writing, though, how fucking appropriate that you make the bastard a goddamn pimp.
Yeah.
Chased all the girls and made them cry. Like, just the very nature of his nursery rhyme has this really hidden, sinister nature to it that makes you really uncomfortable when you think about it more and more. As an adult,
how scary like those actually kind of are when they're, when you're a child, you don't think anything of it, but you look into it further, like, man, this is actually really dark. Like they all are.
Well, and see here, funny enough, I was actually having conversations with other people who played the game as well, as they were throwing an input for like the Games Club, and apparently it was super obvious. Like, it's really weird. Just the game also really hinges, I guess, on your appreciation or your recognition of some of these, old school stories personified within this universe. But
yeah,
everybody was screaming right away. I'm like, that's a fucking girl with the ribbon, because of the ribbon on her neck.
I would have never known that was a thing.
Didn't even know it was a thing. I never heard of that story.
Now, my question is, as we're looking at this, the recording of your gameplay, are you going to show the specifics, like, actually when you go in the building? Because I don't know if that's... You allowed to do that on YouTube? I don't know.
Yeah, no. We're totally allowed to do that.
Okay.
We already have a disclaimer going up about graphic violence, nudity, and language.
Okay. Yeah, I know that was actually a thing that was going to be allowed or not. So, because I know when you go into this place, like, they don't shy away from it. You know what I mean? It's not like Walking Dead or any other Telltale games they've done in the past. Like, they don't shy away from the adult-oriented content at all.
Oh no, you're in a strip club. They're stripping.
You're gonna see that, yeah.
Yeah, which, funny enough, I totally forgot about until revisiting the game.
And I love how when you walk into the Puddin' and Pie, that this is exactly the way it looked when we saw it at PAX. They kind of like designed their booth to look just like this, like when you walk in with the neon and everything like that. It's pretty crazy.
So
and he looks like he's a member of the. He looks like he's a member of the Transplants.
No, he honestly, I got a very Clockwork Orange vibe from him.
I can see that.
Huge Clockwork Orange vibe from him. and like that his fucking Cockney nature as well only makes it so much easier to fucking hate
to fuck
him.
with him. Yeah, I just see him and I figure he's gonna pick up a bass guitar and Travis Baker's gonna be behind him playing drums for some reason. I don't know why. Or the Travis Barker. I don't know. The guy
Travis Barker.
Same thing.
Keep dancing, you. I didn't say stop.
Yeah, this is definitely kind of a slightly uncomfortable situation.
A little bit.
And also, you know, I don't know why it especially bothered me, again, as I mentioned, just like me personally going into this whole thing. I don't like the absolute lack of any fear that he's showing towards me. He's really fucking arrogant right now.
Yeah. So is the tattoo on there kind of like the same with his fairy tale?
Yeah, kiss the girls.
Okay.
He's actually got a lot of the like limericks from his tattoos, a lot of references within his flash art. He's even got like pie, like tattooed on his knuckles.
I'm not here for that. Just stopped in.
Yeah, but like again, gotta love the obnoxious cockneyness.
He's got a teardrop, which means that he killed somebody, and then he's got a dollar sign, which means did he kill somebody for money? Is that what that means? I don't
know. I can't imagine.
I want to get a dollar sign on my cheek though. Just see what happens.
Yeah, but then like he kind of backs down here. Mm-hmm. But again, I'm playing along. I'm trying to remain. This is, I think, at any point this early in the game where I'm really trying to exercise restraint and yet still go about like my way of asserting myself. Like, as much as I wanted to, I really took pleasure in the fact that I was able to control myself from not fucking hitting him. So I don't know like how you went about it actually.
I was pretty. I don't know. I think I let things kind of like go a little bit longer. Like I didn't really interrupt his stuff right away, and yeah, I think I did try being a little more civil with him. But had I known, how much of a prick he really was, I probably would just start right off the bat with just I would have broke his stereo and everything. I would have taken his hat too.
Yeah, fuck that fucking.
I think hat. I'd look pretty cool in a bowler.
Dash and derby.
Yeah.
Fucking. Yeah, so at this point. I kind of feel like from here. Yeah, again.
It starts it pretty quick.
Found on Lily's body. Take a good look. She was impersonating Snow White. Why?
At this point, I feel like I should. And funny enough, when I saw that option, I thought it was gonna be her decapitated head.
Yeah, me too.
Photo.
Mm-hmm.
She had clients, Bigby. Maybe one of them was into it. A lot of fucked up people in Fabletown.
And she's still on the stage, just kind of like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, well, because he told him like, don't fucking go anywhere.
Yeah.
So. This is where I lose my patience.
Yeah.
You just seriously fucking turned the stereo on in the middle of my goddamn... No, I'd do it for him.
Nope.
Oh.
You're gonna hit me? Go ahead. That's what you want to do, right?
Again.
That's what you came here for, right?
One more time. Who hired?
I'm really trying to show some restraint.
And...
Yeah, look at that. Fuck you. You fucked everything up.
Yeah.
And the fact that were you about to take a swing at the big bad wolf?
Take your sad fucking face where I can't see it.
Also, it was in this scene. I don't know why, but I felt much more comfortable in really putting the grind on him.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you saw me earlier. I was heading towards Hans the whole time. I'm like, I don't want to directly ask Georgie.
Hold on a minute.
I'm gonna go ahead and check out what Hans has to say. And
Hans just cleans up and provides a little muscle when we need it.
Oh, he's not gonna know anything.
Seems like he'll slip up and say something, I'm sure.
Yeah. Leave that up to me.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfucker. This is honestly one of my favorite parts of the game. Honestly, just because, again, like, I really felt like in the role of being, the cop and needing to fucking, like I said, put the grind on something. This is
like, come on, man. He says that like.
Oh, Jesus.
And as for you, Hans, we need to work on your communication skills and have a fairly good idea where to start.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh, is it now?
Oh, man.
Because I love this. This right here, too.
Every time they just inch closer and closer. Yeah. I didn't do anything, but, man, wish I would have. Yeah, this is pretty cool.
Right here. So, I seem to have landed right in front of your fucking boombox.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about the book.
Yeah, tell me about the book.
Got the slightest clue about anything.
Dude, you done fucked up.
Hey, now.
I'm gonna go ahead and make an example of this.
Yep. You gotta fuck up something.
So there we go.
Ooh, some cigarettes. Nice.
Exactly. Oh, I shouldn't have messed with that. Really.
Don't even think about it.
It looks like he's just trying to telegraph stuff, like don't break this thing right in front of me, please don't.
Why don't you just
I give him
Taking
one more
things
chance. I'm
word
like, hey,
Can we
tell me
please
where the
not go
book
round
is.
and round about this?
like every time you fuck up and you don't tell me anything about the book,
Yep, fucking up your
something
shit.
fucking happens.
Touch that. You hear me?
So,
It's nothing to
do your patrons like to drink?
Mhm.
Not so much. Neither does your wall. So,
Oh,
fuck
look
that.
what I
And,
found here.
look at that.
Mhm.
There's a hidden
Interesting.
little
Well,
safe.
well, what's this?
Well, why would a floor safe be there? Book-sized.
It was here when we moved in.
Yeah.
Don't have a key.
Perfect.
Don't have a key for it. See, like, do you understand why now this is like one of my favorite parts?
Mm-hmm.
And again, really trying my hardest to show restraint and not beat on him. Just because I can beat on him, but he doesn't show any intimidation towards me. What's really getting to him is me fucking up his club.
Get it?
Yeah. So I might actually end up going back in just so I can just fuck up everything.
Begging ya. I'll
See, look at that. I'm begging you. At this point,
Yeah. Nope. I'll definitely take out that thing.
fuck's sake.
so
Come on, Nate. Leave it.
at this
Nothing
point,
there for ya.
I just here's where I give him the threat. Like, I'll destroy the place.
You might.
You
Yeah.
might want to stand back. I love this.
All right, all right, all right.
Uh-huh.
And there we go. Without actually laying a physical finger on him, I got him to cave and give me the key to his fucking safe.
See, I didn't break anything or lay a hand on him. He still eventually gave me the key. I don't know how I ended up doing it, but
Bloody
must
come
have
on, mate.
said something right.
Nope. I kind of like the fact that I got to trash his place up a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, at least you get some satisfaction out of the deal.
Oh, there's some more personal satisfaction to actually super enjoy.
Mhm.
In a bit.
Tell you anything, but it's a kick to the balls for me and my club, so he can be happy about
And
that.
see, man, I really wish I would have grabbed. Like, I would have had no problem robbing him. So, and it's here in this situation too. Like, I really feel like I'm getting closer.
Who's this Mr. Smith?
I mean, it's almost like
Dear, I'm afraid it might be
I kind of fixate a little bit too much on Lily.
Secrecy is
Mm.
something
But the
that's
fact that they are
all
both
knows
hooking,
knows that.
you know, and they both show up dead,
207.
both
Number.
decapitated, no less.
Millimeters
You know, I
below.
feel like, because at some point, I like as a player, I felt like I was losing sight of the original victim to begin with. Then I'm like, well, no, I should operate that they're connected. They have to be connected.
Yeah.
You know, and the fact that they're both working for Georgie, this was like the vindication I needed. Like, whatever details I get from one, it's gonna lead me to something about the other. I love too, like, did you see the telegraph of the mermaid neon sign? Because you're not formally introduced to Narissa
Yeah,
at this
yeah.
point, but like, I love that hinting. That like I said, the game, it does an excellent job.
Of kind of leaving a little bit of clues here for you to pick up on. Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go ahead and I earned this,
Yeah,
Yeah.
take it back.
and I'm gonna go ahead and smoke it. Because I didn't pay for it. And you're a piece of shit on the phone. I want to enjoy. Yeah. What's up? Yeah.
No, yeah,
Fuck.
we can do with it.
You do.
And looks like you're gonna be going to the back then, or now you're leaving.
Yeah. I honestly lost control at this point, so I'm sorry if I'm a little awkward here. It was like again, the console versions don't have the best technical performance, so I
Mhm.
feel like when it registers input, it kind of has a mind of its own.
Mm.
So here we're kind of also getting a little bit more information, and again, as I mentioned, I felt like that vindication, a little bit of getting a little bit more valid in the leads that I needed to pick up to find out the situation with Faith and Lily. So, in this situation right here, and this is, believe it or not to me, this is a huge part of the overarching mystery. Like, an insanely huge part. So,
Faith, thanks for covering for me tonight. Let's talk before you go over.
So again, Faith was covering for her that night, and yet Lily had an appointment with Crane, but Faith met up with the Woodsman. So
it was supposed to be Lily, but not being Faith?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And that right there, when you kind of see a discrepancy of appointments and times, then you put together that it's not really Faith that got like the chopping. It was definitely Narissa.
Excuse me.
So, and here we go. Yeah, I love that too. I heard you out there. Yeah, I gotta make a little bit of a racket, fucking up your dirty way of living. But nothing against you though. Nothing personal. Also, really friendly towards me for knowing who I am and the fact that
for no real reason either. I mean, maybe they kind of want make it seem like she's trying to help you, but
so
ulterior motives.
You're trying to place me. That was something Faith said during your initial introduction with her too. You'll notice she repeats a lot of the same mannerisms.
Yeah.
Like it's so weird because you're nowhere even near anything like that as a conclusion, and yet when it all comes together, it's in fucking insane going back and playing through it.
Of course you do. I don't have answers. You'll have to.
I just don't understand why, though. You know.
Like I said, I felt like she went back to help Bigby and steer him in the direction just out of this guilty sense of obligation because her actions was to her initially. Alone. Like again, as she explained, there is truth in her, like, you know, later on in her explanation, like stealing the photo of Crane for blackmail was definitely not. It was not part of the plan, and that alone, that fear, kind of like put some dissension within their group effort, and that's how everything was led astray. And
where's room 207? I have to
yeah,
know.
it's
These lips.
yeah. Here I'm still pretty confused over her repeating that.
Sheriff Wolf.
But
would you like to make an appointment?
And you're like,
yeah. But when I'm hearing that, I immediately picked up. And I'm just like, all right.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I was like, we gotta do some other stuff. Like, we're busy right now.
It was the way she said it. Would you like to make an appointment with me? This was really embarrassing.
Yeah, I had the cash because I took,
I love the way the fucking look that she gives you.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man. Nope, I had the cash. I was like, don't worry, I got this.
God, so embarrassed. I can't even pick up for my hooking.
Uh-huh.
Notice, though, were you able to still grab the book when you paid for it?
I don't think I even tried. Or no. I don't think I did. No, I don't think I got the book. That little animation of still being able to get the book. Yeah, I don't think I did when I paid for it because she was still there. I mean, she still went and got the key. I don't know, maybe I did get the book.
We'll have to find out because when I saw that, I'm like, ooh, whatever. Like, fucking...
Don't need money and I got a key anyway, so see ya.
Consolation prize.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was in this situation where, like, I definitely got more insight, and it was definitely more helpful. So, you know, business at the Pudding and Pie, it's concluded. Not a whole lot more here we've got to do. So, also notice the Open Arms Motel isn't very far, if not right next door to the Pudding and Pie. So, that's
called synergy.
Yeah, definitely synergy, but It also, again, I got gears turning in my head, considering the very cryptic nature of the appointments and the secrecy behind that. There's only but there's only one person who had access. Like, the moment I saw the state of the room that it's in, there's only one person who could have known. Honestly, one fucking person.
And also, only one person that could be so close that they could have an alibi.
Yup.
Yeah.
So, at this point, I knew Georgie was the killer. It was right here when I saw, that it was a hop and a skip, and the nature of the book was disclosed. Discretion is our guarantee. Like, there was something, just about it that, I skipped straight here. I don't really know what sort of, honestly, what checking out the other rooms will do, but I don't know about you. I skipped straight to business.
I think I did check some of the rooms, but I don't know if I ever really got much info from it.
Yeah, if anything, I felt like that would just kind of take away from
your eventual, I need to figure out what's in here.
Yeah, what I need to do.
Mm-hmm. And of course, this is beauty.
Yeah. And, again, I'm not trying to intimidate her. I'm going to be direct with her. I'm going to let her know, this is where Lily was in. Yeah. This situation seemed a bit forced. What's about to approach us?
Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm glad that it had some elements of their relationship, but I thought it was going to be a more important factor in the game because, you initially run into her right in the beginning of the game. And I thought it was going to be a little bit more of a, they have a dark secret, but it ended up just being that they weren't talking to each other, and you had to kind of get thrown into it.
Yeah, it's honestly, funny enough, it's a big theme within the comic book until a big change in their roles happens. And then they actually become a much more coherent couple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
I wonder if he ever became more of a beast. You know how Bigby can become more of the wolf? I wonder if Beast ever became much more of a beast. You know what I mean? Because this doesn't seem like it's even that much of a difference.
Oh, he can definitely go super beast.
Super beast, okay.
Oh yeah, like I said, I don't want to spoil some vital events within the comic book, but yeah, that's definitely covered in much more detail. Yeah, and in here too, the fact that I had to kind of wolf mode out a bit.
Yeah,
I was just really, this feels like such a waste. I don't even want to. There's nothing in me that wants to hurt him.
Yeah, which I didn't either. I think that you get a chance to take some shots at him. I didn't do anything.
No, but I get pissed, almost in a sense, because if you don't take any shots at him, he just keeps going like an idiot.
Coming after you, yeah.
So, again, a little bit more drawn out. Also, really fucking violent way to mobilize somebody.
But doesn't blind him, which is weird. You totally just stabbed him in the eyeballs, but he's not blind. Okay.
Yeah. At that point, I'm like, all right, he's had enough.
Yep. So I wonder what happens if you did.
I don't know, but this is bullshit right here. Come on,
I know,
dude.
man.
You obviously see that I showed you mercy, and I think either way,
you get a way in.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
And there we go.
Yep.
And I love how, well, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
That instantly sobered him up. Shit, Bigby.
Him too, apparently.
Jeez, you tackled me through a door?
Hey, man.
What is this?
What's up, dude?
Bro. Yeah, Beast is definitely a bro.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, I know you're saying that, ironically, to joke around.
Maybe legit
it's totally
he is. Okay. Makes sense. Now I need to know who played the role of Beast in the TV series.
I I don't know. Oh, you mean that fucking show that has nothing to do with Fables, and Bill Williams has to go on record several times and mention how he has nothing to do with Fables?
No, not
Once
that.
Upon a Time?
Like Beauty and the Beast, the show from the 80s.
Oh, dude!
Yeah,
the one where they're living in modern times still?
Yeah, it's
fucking, I don't know. Shit, one of you guys wiki that, dude. Should we do like a pop bubble, like VH1?
Yeah.
Throw that factoid in there.
A pop up video for Who Was Beast in the 80s TV show.
Yes. All right, on it.
Actually, I know who it is. I looked it up. But I won't give it away because it's pretty amazing, actually, who it is. Let's let people listening
pop
find
bubble.
out. Yeah.
There we go. That happened.
Pretty good stuff, though.
Yeah. So. Jesus. So this situation right here too, like, it doesn't take a genius to kind of put it together, but again, it really depends on how thorough you were with the initial examination of the body.
Mm-hmm.
And also really strange to find a cassette player and an alarm clock.
It is in the 80s, though. I mean, isn't it based in the 80s?
It actually is.
Yeah. So you would see cassette, tape decks and stuff like that around. I'm sure it's a common thing.
What is that?
It's a book about snow.
Yeah, and then it's really weird because, again, like I mentioned this on the podcast, this particular scene, honestly, like, really helps you during the trial, because, like, the more I would say, like, basically,
This is the part where she's in a
the more apt you are at being a detective, the less the Beauty and Beast will argue during the trial against, like, basically your work in condemning the crooked man. They'll actually mention up, like, they'll mention, like, if you seemed like a fucking idiot during this particular investigation. So I don't know, I was really proud of the fact that I was able to ask. And again, also when you're playing this with the perspective of, reading the comics, like, Bigby's skills of deduction are actually incredible for not being a detective that works all that often in scenarios like this. He's able to, like, create and assume, a lot of things right on the nose in basically his deduction. So I felt like this part of the game really gave, like, players who were familiar with that perspective a chance to kind of, like, really fill in that role of Bigby. Because again, going into this, that this is a prequel, and in the situation in regards to that, it's it's almost like they also gave a lot of room for error for, like, Bigby to fuck up if you were to be an idiot. But again, I came in here being a sheriff, a detective, so I liked flexing my cerebral muscle,
making deductions.
Oh yeah. Like, putting this together.
Lily had it in her hand in case there was any doubt over who done it.
And I always thought there'd be, like, something under the bed too. I don't think I ever end up, like, checking that.
There's a note that generally gets through. So, like, looks like a ritual sacrifice. Like, that's stupid. But, like,
Smith seems to have a real thing for flowers. Just deck out of bed like this.
Like, you know what I mean? And that, like, making that, like, ascertaining that is like, you can tell too. You, like, if you choose, like, the ritual sacrifice or the other part, Buda will even call out and, like, that sounds stupid.
It does, and
You're
then you see
fucking
like, you see right there in the closet, there's the outfit. Like, that's what she wore in the picture with the bed of flowers. Like, it's all being, put together like it was in the picture.
Yeah, and, like, and when you choose the right deductions to put it together with Beauty, again, it really comes out to help during the the mob mentality of that fucking last episode's trial. Which, I have to say, again,
I just say the crossdresser.
Yeah.
You should have said that. Oh, man.
I think Smith was dressing.
You connected the evidence.
Yeah. Not hard to do.
The game
but...
will even mention,
Yeah.
that you're not fucking up. But the Telltale engine is really vast with this game. It's really spread. Like, near the end, I've never played something that had so many possibilities and open ends.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think that when you were given an option to rip the crooked man's head off, that you were literally able to rip it off.
That is pretty cool, though. That's crazy. Pretty good. Like, pretty good, you know, period to that sentence, if you can do that.
Oh, yeah. And even then, like, is it weird that, like, I honestly was insanely tempted to do that, because I felt like it would have been some sort of poetic justice in the nature of how the girls died.
How the girls had died, yeah. And I guess, like, I was playing through this, and I almost, like, feel like I missed something. You know, like, I should have found something else in this room when I was going through, and, like, I literally tried hovering over and checking everything, and it still feels like I missed something.
Well, there is one thing that's really hard to miss.
Yeah.
And again, like, also fucking around with Beauty here and intimidating her will put an early end to the investigation before you can get everything.
You're done. Yeah.
And so it's really, it's also really vague, because you don't really have too much of an idea of the gravity of those kind of actions. But
yeah, you don't know what the consequences are going to be until you actually do it.
Like, yeah, you can continue. How can I find out who rented this room? I chose to continue the investigation instead of threatening her, because at this point, like, there's no reason for her to hide anything. You know what I mean? Like, I can believe a lot of people can keep like a straight face for acting.
Yeah, but I kind of figured she wasn't involved. Yeah.
So it's really hard to find, and I know I'm looking for it, but it's been here, and I hate how easily it blends.
Mm-hmm.
Like right there.
Yeah.
The fact that I had to do that through the bed is bullshit.
Yeah.
So this is the last real clue before we get like what we need to.
Oh no, there's more?
Like, again, let's look at these options. Murder makes him hungry.
Huh.
Bite taken out of it, like in Snow's story.
Oh no, do you think it was poisoned?
So.
It wasn't. I'd have smelled that.
Yeah. And then he shows that he has the smelling ability to know.
Right. So when you connect all of this, basically you come to the conclusion that our Mr. Smith is essentially recreating rape fantasy or some sort of fantasy with Snow, using all of these props and glamours.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, it may not seem like much, but I really like that this goes a long way to help you out in the end.
Yeah.
So, you know, again, you could totally skip through this and just automatically have that fucking appear by threatening Beauty, but I don't know what kind of negative effects it'll have in that last
later
scene.
on.
And none of us are to know. But, you know, I'm trying to do this straight and narrow by the book. So we've got some situations here too. Also, if you see that picture right there, also really funny. Bigby by trademark wears a trench coat throughout the comics. Like, it's one of his trademark features. He's very trench coatless in this entire game, so I like that little nod.
It's a summertime, though. I understand. You know, it's just he's got those sleeves rolled up. He's taking it casual.
And here we go.
Yep, there's the main one.
Huge fucking climax to the end.
I love how you use that word climax. That was probably not intentional, was it?
No.
Okay, it's good. It's
yeah,
clever.
But some shit goes down, and we'll go ahead and cover that in part 2 of our video companion to the Wolf Among Us Games Club from Press Pod Radio. You guys should stay tuned.